These are the drawers that are in my upstairs bathroom. And it's a kind of interesting story, actually. This house was built in 1909, and there was no upstairs bathroom. So this was an actual third bathroom. So these drawers were put in back in the day for the person who was here. Now, this second drawer, I will make it so you can see a little bit better. All of the sawdust that comes from the drawer above is falling into my, I don't want to say makeup, I don't wear much makeup, but my face moisturizing collection area. So I decided that after years of no moisture on this wood, I should empty all of my drawers out and also get rid of some stuff and better organize this. And then I would put Howard feed and wax on all of the wood that touches other wood, as well as the front of the unit. And then I thought I would also get rid of some of the extra towels that we have. Now you might wonder, why do you have so many towels? For those of you who don't know, I used to live overseas, and every time that I got a new house, the companies I worked for would give me some money to buy things for one's house. So growing up, we didn't have really big towels. And it's kind of funny because the people in my family aren't that small. So when I went overseas and bought my own towels for myself, I was like, oh, wow, these wrap around my body and are nice. So I would always bring those home. And then my mother had the previous towels. So we got way too many towels. So now I'm taking off these paper, what's the word? Support? No, not support. Paper covers, whatever. Because these drawers have big gaps in them. And you have to remember, once again, this was built in 1909. So these were not made amazingly. You might wonder, why, Paula, do you have so many of these cotton swabs? And that's because if you live in America or the United States, there's a company or a company called Costco. And if I were to buy one of those tubes of cotton balls, it's like $3. If I buy them at Costco and I buy 9 of them at one time, they're about $1. Now here is a nail that was put in the wood, and I'm not really sure why. So now these are all my things. I'm putting them on the ground. Don't worry, the ground is relatively clean. And this is my husband's side, so I've decided that yes, I should be nice and give him the top drawer. He also has the medicine cabinet, and then I will get the second drawer, and he will have more space. Now you also might wonder, why is there so much deodorant? Same thing. We get extra stuff from Costco because it is cheaper, and the only problem is then we have to find where to store it. So that's what I'm doing here, going through things, putting like things with like things. So about, I'd say 4 days ago, I made popcorn. And my husband was complaining that even with floss, he couldn't get the little piece of popcorn out. Well, I found all of those little glides that you put between your teeth. And oh my goodness, my husband saw them because he didn't see them because they were under everything. And he said, I used it and my popcorn came out of my tooth. I know that's TMI or too much information, but yes, you have to see what you have so then you can use it. Once again, there's little tiny pieces of sawdust on here, nothing a big deal. The trash can that we have in the upstairs bathroom is very small, so it's not really conducive to dump dust in there. So that's why I put it in the sink. You can see there's some water stains in here, and that's from over more than 100 of years, people using water. So now you can see all of the hand towels that we have and the washcloths. I like the washcloths because I use them at night to clean off my face. And then once I put all of these out on the chair outside, I asked my lovely husband to go through them and take the ones that he thought were nice to keep And then all the other ones, we have an area downstairs by our dryer that we put all of the towels that are not so nice. I sometimes use them for furniture flipping. We sometimes use them for cleaning. We sometimes use them if there's some water happens we need to clean up. So we do use most of our old towels a lot. Now you can see there's so many towels in here. I could hardly even open the drawer. And of course, it is good to have extra towels. So when you have friends staying over, to give them their own towels, but we have way too many. That blue towel that you see on top was my favorite towel ever. It was the very first towel that I bought from IKEA overseas, and it went around my body almost twice. Yeah, love it. Okay, yeah, more. See? There's so many. Oh my goodness. Now, I did ask my husband if he thought I should sand everything and put some quick wood in there and make it all perfect. No, we're just cleaning it up. That's all we're doing. So now here is my Shark vacuum cleaner, and I think it's great. It is very heavy. So my mom, I bought it for her. She probably weighs less than the vacuum. So we have this upstairs for the 2 bedrooms and the bathroom. And then downstairs is a very lightweight vacuum that my mom uses. This piece of cardboard was here. Don't know why. Took that out and threw it away. And you can see all of the dust. It's pretty dusty. Yeah, I really like the way this wood looks in this house. If you have watched my first video or so, I talk about this bathroom. And when we first moved in, it was colored, I think, like pink or something weird. I always try to use my old socks. These are my husband's old socks with a big old hole in it in the bottom. You can darn your socks, which means to sew up the hole, but because it is right at the ball of his foot, it would really feel uncomfortable. So when I was in high school, my dad showed me how to use a blowtorch and heat gun to remove paint. So this wood was underneath about 4 or 5 layers of paint. They had a very dark kind of lacquer. There was a kind of pink color. There was a blue color. And I can't remember anymore because that was years ago. But there were layers upon layers, and now this is the original, which I personally like. One of the reasons why I like regular wood is because if you get a ding in it or if you have a scrape, what do you see underneath? Wood, because it's all wood. I love wood. It's true. You'll hear that in lots of my videos. I think wood and trees are just amazing. Now this was a little bit loose. There is no pressure from the drawer on the very front. I could have taken the little L-shape bracket that's good for gliding off, but I use this with my husband and we're not tough on things, so we thought no big deal. Now here, these handles were original to the house, and when I repainted everything, they were in really bad condition, so I went to our local store and I wanted to find some that were similar. And there weren't any, thank goodness, because I thought I needed to replace them. And this, of course, was back in the day. This was back before furniture flipping was on YouTube because there was no YouTube. This was before HGTV. This was before everything. So I went to the store and I asked the guy who worked there if he had any pulls like this, and he said no, but then he showed me the pulls they had. And then I said, can't I just sand these a little bit and spray paint them with silver? And he said, no, that'll never work. And this was more than 30 years ago, and this was the exact spray paint that I used on it. It's a silver, and then I put a polyurethane spray over it. I sprayed it outside in my backyard, and yeah, it looks great, I think. So sometimes when professionals tell you something, it's not necessarily true, or it's not true for them, right? So maybe he had a bad time redoing something with spray paint, but I thought it really worked well. Now, also on the side of these drawers, you might see there's some discoloration, like somebody was staining something without taking the drawers out of the dresser. I don't know who that could have been. Yeah, that was me. So when I took all of the paint off, I then stained the wood, and I think it's probably a walnut color, but I'm not sure. And then I did the outside, and yeah, you can see it's not professionally done, but I was not a professional, and it's better than it used to look, in my opinion, so I'm not complaining. Now, you will see that my phone is also in the shot, and that's because for every video, I do 2 videos, one of which is in landscape, like this is, and one of them is in portraits. And the reason for that is because, as you can see, this GoPro, it moves with my head, and so some people kind of get nauseous or nauseated. I'm not sure which one that is, nauseated. And so I do both kinds. Now also, this is fur, this wood. And when you have fur, especially, I found this to be a problem, the grains of wood, if you rub it in the wrong direction, it will start to kind of peel up. So I always have to be very gentle when I first do this, or little shards of the wood will come off. And it's been a problem in my whole house, indoors, on this, and so you have to really be careful. And I guess you could sand well to make that go away, but yeah, it is kind of a problem in old homes when you don't paint the wood. Now right there underneath, that's our little vents for the upstairs. That's the only way we have heat upstairs. Oh, actually, there's a little heater in the bathroom too, I forgot about. So Howard Feed and Wax, I really like it. It does say to wait 20 minutes. So I waxed all of the parts, well, cleaned a little bit and waxed the parts I wanted to protect. And then I put my timer on for 20 minutes. I then downloaded the video up to this point. And then after that, I rubbed it all off. The wax is not harmful at all. I don't wear gloves, and all I do is wash my hands off with regular soap from the bathroom. And if anything, my hands feel nice and smooth. I've never had a problem using this product. Okay, so now I'm putting the timer on for 20 seconds. I'm sorry, 20 minutes. Yeah, can you imagine? 20 seconds would be awesome. Okay, time's up. Now I'm going to buff everything out. Get the extra that you don't need. Sorry the shots aren't so good. This is on my head, so I can't really see what my GoPro is seeing. Now I do have relatively short arms, so I can't reach to the very far back because these slides are attached, so I can't move anything to get in the back parts. I really like this top drawer because it is in 2 parts. I put the original paper back. I flipped around one side so you can't see the stain. Might as well reuse it again. I mostly have the paper so things don't fall down in the cracks. Okay, now I'm just kind of cleaning the top off. I did wax the very top. They were a little bit dusty as well. Okay, here's the second one, and thankfully somebody, don't know who it was, could have been me many years ago, did write in pencil on the back of these, top, middle, second to the bottom, bottom. Yeah, so it's really easy to put these back. So I was very happy with that. And I don't usually use contact paper. I did buy some for my first flip. And the reason for that is because I don't like the stickiness that sometimes is left behind afterwards. So because we had the paper and we had one little piece of tape, you know, holding on each side, I figured just go with what was happening in the first place back in the day. And this is kind of nice, thick paper, so it's actually very nice to use. There we go. The tape that we have in the house, just kind of holding that down a little bit. I'm hoping with fewer towels, it won't all be smushed in there so much. And I'm just buffing as I go. And the last one's in. And after this, I go into the bedroom and I get the towels. And then I put those back in. So the top one, so the middle drawer is going to be face towels and my face products. And then after that, it's going to be hand towels. And then this one at the very bottom is going to be body towels. There we go. So for the hand towels, and this one on the right hand side are the face towels that I use, or washcloth as people say. And then my husband's items get to be up here. Yay! And then my stuff is right down here. And boy, I tell you, anybody who wants their eyebrows, that stuff you can buy. I used to have very light colored hair, so I never really had any eyebrows that could be seen. So that's really good dye. Anyway, so there's the lovely buffed out. Please support my channel by subscribing. Have a great day. Bye-bye.